I think
This meeting is being recorded.
it's raining everywhere in Maharashtra and very much so in Latur. Currently, I am in Latur. So, good evening, everyone. My name is Durga Mane, and welcome to 102nd meeting of Unicorn Voices Toastmasters Club. Everybody is alert, is looking forward to this meeting because the meeting is, I'm looking forward to this meeting. Let's see what our uh, Toastmaster of the day has planned for us today. Before starting a meeting, some ground rules. Please be on camera all the time. Today, the rule has changed. Secondly, do not go on and off the camera because it disturbs the people who are in the meeting. Avoid taking phones. And like always, stay away from speaking on politics, sex in a derogatory manner. With that, I hand over the e-podium to very happening, my mentor, DTM Rajeshri. DTM Rajeshri, the e-lantern is all yours. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's keep the applause going for our wonderful Sergeant at Arms, Toastmaster Durga Mane. And once again, as the president of the club, I take this privilege and this honor to welcome you all to the 122nd meeting of Unicorns Voices Toastmasters Club. Ladies and gentlemen, can we have a big round of applause, please? Now, I was thinking what I would discuss with all of you today, and I just happened to remember that when I probably was in class 11 or 12, I can't recall that very well, but there was a poem that we studied, and the name of that poem, in fact, if I remember correctly, it was the first poem in our poem book, and the name of the poem was The Character of a Happy Life by Sir Henry Wotton. And the last 4 lines of the poem is what really sticks to me even today. And the last 4 lines go, "How happy is he born and taught, that serveth not another's will, whose armor is his honest thought, and simple truth his utmost skill." And ladies and gentlemen, it is so true, isn't it? I think another paragraph in that particular poem says, "This man is freed from servile bands of hope to rise or fear to fall, lord of himself, though not of lands, and having nothing yet at all." We don't need to have all the worldly possessions. We don't need to have the riches and the glories and all such things, because they will fade away one day, ladies and gentlemen. But what will keep shining are the good deeds that we do for people. What makes us good human beings at the end of the day? It is not our bank balance. It is not how many bungalows and flats and villas that we have. It's not that, ladies and gentlemen. And Toastmaster gives us that wonderful opportunity to share love and camaraderie amongst each other. I think we often say that Toastmasters is a platform where we get to experience public speaking skills, leadership skills, networking skills, but more than all of that, we get to experience love. We get to unite with each other and become one family, and such is ours, ladies and gentlemen, the Unicorns Voices Toastmasters Club. Otherwise, we wouldn't have survived 121 sessions, and today we are at the 122nd one. On that note, today I can see that we have a guest with us, and I would request our guest, or rather I would like to call him as a future Toastmaster, Dipesh. If you could kindly introduce yourself to all of us. How did you get to know about the club? And what is your expectation from today's meeting? Dipesh.
Uh, just let me know if you can hear me.
Yes, I can hear you.
Yeah, thank you. So, thanks, Rajeshri. So, my name is Dipesh Nagda, and I am based out of Bangalore, but currently I'm in Mumbai visiting my family. And I work for Shell Oil and Gas in SAP Software License Compliance. And these last few months, I have been doing a lot of these personal storytelling sessions, from which I realized that I would like to refine my public speaking skills. And I was introduced by Rajashri Roy to join this Toastmasters, who told me that being part of the Toastmasters will help me refine my public speaking skills in more ways than one. And I'll also get to network with a lot of other people. So this is my first session, and I look forward to hearing all of you beautiful people. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Let's have a big round of applause for Dipesh. And Dipesh, the first step is the most difficult step, and you've already taken the first step by walking through the doors, the virtual doors, so-called, of Unicorns Voices Toastmasters Club. Ladies and gentlemen, once more, a big round of applause for Dipesh. I would like to call on D. Satish. Just remind me, Satish, if you are a visiting Toastmaster or are you a guest?
Hello, good evening to all. I was a member of the Dubai Godson Toastmaster Club before, but now I am not active. But I am now moved to Abu Dhabi and working as a pediatrician in Abu Dhabi.
What?
So I just happened to see the meeting and happy to see you all. Best wishes for a wonderful meeting.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Let's have a huge round of applause for Satish. And like we often say in Toastmasters, that once a Toastmaster, always a Toastmaster. So thank you very much, Satish, for joining us today. It's really a pleasure to have you with us. Well, I don't see any other guests on today's program, but we do have other visiting Toastmasters. But I would not like to call them now. I'd rather want to take their feedback at the end of the session. And with that, it's time for me to stop talking and pass the baton to somebody who's going to drive this entire meeting today. Like we say, the captain of the ship or the anchor of today's show. And in Toastmasters terminology, we call that person as the Toastmaster of the day. What do I say about her? If you've heard carefully when the Sergeant at Arms introduced me, she started off by saying that I would like to call on my mentor for today. And now it's my opportunity to call on my mentee for today. Ladies and gentlemen, the person who has never failed to make me happy, never failed to make me elated, never failed to make me overjoyed. And I'll tell you one thing in case you don't know. Last week, I reached out to her to take it up as a challenge to be the Toastmaster of the day. And she did promise to me that she's going to come back this week as the Toastmaster of the day. And she has kept her words. Ladies and gentlemen, it is my great honor and privilege to call my mentee as your Toastmaster of the day. Please put your hands together for Toastmaster Shishu Lata.
Thank you, President Rajshri. Good evening, fellow Toastmaster and honored guest. Welcome to today's meeting. It's a beautiful Sunday. Today, I am playing a role of Toastmaster of the day, and our theme of the day is change is inevitable. Change is scary. Change is exciting. Change is confusing. Change is surprising, but it indeed inevitable. Myself, Shishu Lata, working as an IT professional, and I have a profound interest in meditation and yoga. Change is everywhere. Whatever you see around, you see a change. From seasons to weather, we are physically changing every day. Technology is changing. Even our speech from draft version to the final version, it changes. What doesn't change is the only change itself. It is a continuous process, an unstoppable process. Change is fundamental part of our life that keeps us moving forward, evolving and adapting. Let me ask you all a question. How many of you think change is exciting? Can raise their hands. Oh, to no one, they think it is exciting. I don't see anybody's Okay, change is scary. Change is scary.
Yeah, it depends.
Right. For most of us, change is scary. Can anybody share their story of scary change? Just 30 seconds. Tulika?
Am I audible clearly?
Yes.
Okay. So to start with, the change is scary. I would like to add that change was exciting. When I thought that I'm getting married, everything is going to be very exciting and all. But all of a sudden everything got vanished and it became more scary because when you get married, you are loaded with responsibilities, and those responsibilities sometimes makes you really scared of everything. I mean, taking care of your career, taking care of your time, and taking care of all the family members, those who are added. Previously, there were your parents, your brothers, sisters, and siblings, everything. But now more people were added to your list, priority list, so it becomes really scary to manage everything. Yeah. What was your take, Shishu?
Right, TM Tulika. Even I completely agree with you. For me also, in the beginning, it will be exciting, and then later, I'm going to share my story also. Before I dive into the meeting, I want to introduce the structure of the meeting. Generally, Toastmaster meeting divided into the three parts. The first session is prepared speeches, where members are prepared with their speeches in advance. They will speak for 5 to 7 minutes, and it will be mentored by their mentors, and they will deliver in Toastmaster meetings. The second section is very thrilling and fun-filled session, which is a table topic session where anyone from the audience can come forward and speak for 1 to 2 minutes on the topic given by the table topic master. And the last section, which is a very important evaluation session, where our general evaluator and their tag team will produce their report on our meeting. Having said that, I would like to invite our general evaluator, who is horticulturist, yoga instructor from Storyteller Toastmaster Club. Can we have a big round of applause for him? Marutesh, General Evaluator Marutesh.
Yeah, thank you, TM Shishu, Toastmaster Shishu. For the benefit of our members and guests, I am the general evaluator and I could conduct the evaluation portion of our meeting. I will be calling on a team to assist me with giving the feedback on our speaker, and I will evaluate the entire meeting as well as at the end. Now I would like to call our tag team to introduce their role. First, I would like to call timer Toastmaster Shah to introduce your role. Timer Toastmaster Amsha.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Marutesh. I'm the timer for today. And as a timer, it will be my responsibility to time the prepared speeches, the table topics, and the evaluations for today. So the timing for prepared speeches is 5 to 7 minutes. I will show the green card at 5 minutes, yellow card at 6 minutes, and red card at 7 minutes. For table topics, I'll show the green card at 1 minute, yellow card at 1.5 minutes, and red card at 2 minutes. And for evaluations, green card at 2 minutes, yellow card at 2.5 minutes, and red card at 3 minutes. For prepared speeches and table topics, there is a grace period on both the upper and the lower end for 30 seconds. But for the table topics, there is only the grace period on the upper end. And here are my timer cards. Yeah, so this is the green card, this is the yellow card, and this is the red card. I will give my report when called upon to do so by the general evaluator. Thank you, and over to you.
Next, I would like to call the grammarian, and he is also taking the accounter role, Toastmaster Tulika, to introduce your role. Over to you.
Thank you so much, General Evaluator. Very good afternoon, everyone. Sorry, good evening to everyone. We all are waiting here for a wonderful evening, right? So today I'm the language evaluator of this meeting, and my role is to take care of all the clutch words, all the R's, ums, short pauses, long pauses. And along with that, I'm going to give you a word of the day, which I would request everyone to use in your statements during the meeting. So the word for today is ecstatic. The word for today is ecstatic, which means feeling or expressing overwhelming happiness or joyful excitement. The usage of this word in a sentence could be ecstatic fans filled the stadium. I will write this word of the day in the chat box, and I will encourage everyone to use this in their during this entire meeting session. And please give a thumbs up to those who use this word. Okay. Thank you, and over to you, General Evaluator.
Yeah, thank you, Toastmaster Tulika. And now I hand over the stage to TMOD Toastmaster Shishu Lala to continue the meeting. Over to you, Toastmaster Shishu.
Thank you, TM Pramutesh. I have a big round of applause for TM Pramutesh and his think tag team. Change is very exciting at first, and then it can take many turns. When I got admission to engineering college, I moved from Punjab to Uttar Pradesh. I thought to myself, finally I am free. There was no restriction from the parents, no more curfews, no more questions like where I'm going, why I'm doing this, why I'm not doing that. I got a chance to stay alone in the hostel. I thought I was walking into a freedom world where we had independence and adventure. Like a young bird leaving the nest to soar high in the sky. But like all good things, this dream came with a big plot twist. Let's move on to our first section, which is our prepared speeches. Today our speaker is TM Rajshri. Before I invite him, let me introduce his speech evaluator, TM Durga Mani. She is very simple person, someone who believes in lifelong learning and living in the moment. Isn't that interesting? She always wears this beautiful smile on her face. She maintains a very nice and cozy vibes in the meeting. I would like to invite her to read out the speech objective of the speaker. Can we have a big round of applause for TM Durga Mani?
Thank you, Madam Toastmaster of the Day. It's really ecstatic to hear you and looking forward to hear you more. Thank you. Today, the speaker is delivering his level 1 speech from the motivational strategies pathway. Timing of the speech is 5 to 7 minutes. And what is the purpose of the speech? The purpose of the speech is to deliver the speech and take feedback. And this feedback the speaker is going to implement in his next speech. With that, I wish the speaker in a ecstatic manner all the very best.
Thank you, TM Durga Mani. Our speaker, TM Rashri, been a Toastmaster for more than 6 years now. Currently, he is serving as a president of Unicorn Voices Toastmaster Club, working for a French bank, and he enjoys theaters, reading, traveling, cooking, speaking publicly, and his favorite quote is, "Believe you can, and you are half the way there." Let me call upon the speaker, TM Rashri, and his topic is "That's Like My Son." TM Rajshri, that's my son, that's like my son, that's like my son, TM Rajshri.
Picture this: a golden child who has never fought, never argued back, and never dared to defy their parents' wishes. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, you are looking at him. The one and only Obey Master, the Sultan of Submission, the Grand Master of good behavior. In fact, I set the bar so high, so high, so high, that even GPS would reroute me if I tried to take any other directions. A very good evening, Madam Toastmaster, my fellow Toastmasters, and my dear guests. Now, fulfilling my parental expectations was no walk in the park. In fact, it was a full-blown marathon where the finish line just kept moving. And the only prize that I could win was that my parents saying, "That's like my son." But that too, occasionally. At this point, let me introduce a new character in my story, Chini Chatterjee. Trust me, there was nothing sweet about her. So she would come to school every day with her braided hair that would smell so strongly of coconut oil that even the coconuts would stop in their tracks, sniff the air, and think, "Whoa, that's a bit too much." She wore glasses as thick as a dictionary and was a human version of Google. Basically, she was every teacher's dream come true and every student's worst nightmare. Now, Chini had one friend in school. Yeah. Thanks to my parents who thought networking is all about net worth shake, where friends are evaluated based on their potential to boost my GPA or help me secure a future job. I mean, why would you need Tinder if your mother is the one who's swiping left and right and deciding your play dates, huh? But being the obey master that I was, all I could do was accept her decision and earn that prestigious prize of "That's like my son." Now, from Chini, let me take you to something a little more bitter. Growing up as a child, my parents always emphasized on the importance of taking up science as a stream of education. But as I kept exploring my interests, I realized a deep-rooted attraction to the world of arts, the literature that stirred my soul, the colors that sparkled my world, the stories waiting to be told. I still remember vividly that conversation with my father where he asked, "Son, you are taking up science, aren't you?" I mean, it was like handing me over a microscope and saying, "Son, your future lies in the tiny details of science." But being the Sultan of submission that I was, I couldn't express my true calling, ladies and gentlemen. I couldn't tell him that I don't want to dissect those frogs in the lab. I want to dissect the Shakespearean sonnets. All I could say was, I will take up science. And then win that coveted prize of my dad saying, "That's like my son." Now, from all about this selecting a stream of education, what is the natural progression? A career choice, right? And here, let me tell you something, that my parents had this secret superpower to predict their child's future career path with uncanny accuracy. Imagine this, my mother on one side with the laptop in her hand and my dad with a stethoscope round his neck, proudly proclaiming, son, you are going to be our future engineer or doctor. And on the other side was me, perhaps with a microphone in one hand and a camera in the other, and silently screaming, breaking news, I'm going to be a journalist. But then the grand master of good behavior kicks in. And all I could do was accept what they say and tell, engineering it shall be. Today, ladies and gentlemen, when I look back, I feel I have been this greedy child yearning to get that prestigious prize of, that's like my son. The price I paid, I couldn't choose my friends. I couldn't choose my stream of study. I couldn't choose my career option. But now I am an ecstatic man. And you know why? Because finally I have found my voice. Finally, I can voice my choices and opinions. Finally, I can express my true calling. So, ladies and gentlemen, I urge each and every one of you sitting here, find your own voice. Find your true calling and express it to the world. And let us all join together and change. I want to be like my father to I want to be like myself. Madam Toastmaster.
Wow, what an incredible speech. I bet all the audience must be ecstatic after hearing his speech. As I said in the beginning, my story continues. Change can be exciting in the beginning, and it takes many turns afterwards. I was just enjoying this freedom at the hostel, but turns out the seniors weren't too knee on the people who were from the different states. I was like an alien who had just landed on their planet. To make the situation worse, I heard about ragging. I was ragged double than the other people. My excitement, my ecstaticness about living alone quickly turned into an horror show. Eventually, all this took toll on me. I fell into a month-long depression. The only thing that kept me going was the thought of becoming an engineer and accomplish my parents' dream, ultimately my dream. Now it's time for our second session, which is our table topic section. TM Shubham is playing a role of table topic master today, and he works as a tech architect at Hike. He works as a tech architect at Hike. His passion is coding, playing table tennis. He's big fan of Mahabharata, and so do I and my daughter too. He believes in philosophy of live to live and lets other live. That's impressive, isn't it? Have a big round of applause for TM Shubham.
Thank you, Toastmaster of the Day, Team Shishu Lata, for giving such a warm welcome. I truly feel very ecstatic hearing the awesome speeches and definitely the theme of our meeting. And when the theme of our meeting came, as in like the theme of the meeting came as change is inevitable, I think we all relate with that. We all do. Change is a fundamental part of our lives. So uh, you can say it in our professional life, or you can say it in our, we are shifting to a new job, or we are shifting to a new city, or even a change in the perspective of how we think. We need to adapt to change. I'm sorry, we need to. Change is not going, we can't say, ki, okay, change is happening and I won't just agree with it. We need to adapt according to it. And there's a quote, which basically in childhood, I used to hear a lot. Like that quote was, change is the only constant what is there in life. But now, as we go through our we go through a time, we do realize that what that quote really meant, right? So since the theme of today is change is inevitable, so let's change the way how we do table topics, not the standard table topics. Yes, friends, today we will do the table topics in some other way. And yeah, I do feel ecstatic to introduce you to how we will do it. So today we will explore the theme through a special activity. You know what is that special activity is called? That special activity is called the change chain storytelling. Yeah, a heavy word. Change chain storytelling. This activity will allow us to experience firsthand how change unfolds and how it can lead to unexpected and enriching outcomes. So, what we will do is we will create and share our story together, and we will see how change impacts us and what can we learn from it. So, this is what the activity is called. So, let me tell you how this will work. Okay. So, this is how it will work. I'll start a story by introducing a character and a situation where change is about to occur. After I finish, what I'll do is I'll pass the story to the next person who will continue it by adding a new twist or a challenge related to that change. And my friends, what we'll do is we'll be the Toastmasters for each other in a change, in a manner of sequencing. After, we will continue passing the story around, and each participant has to add something, a change or a twist to the evolving narrative. And the final participant who will come has to bring the story either to a conclusion or you can leave it open ended. That's your choice. You can bring the story to a conclusion or to a happy or sweet ending or a sad ending, or you can keep it open ended. That's upon you. So the key here is to be just as creative as we can get and just basically unlock our imagination power and accept that change will indeed be inevitable, right? So let me just start the story quick. Yeah. So our story begins with a man named Mark. Mark was always known for being reliable and always sticking to his routine. He had a stable job and a predictable life. But deep down, he felt something was missing. One day, while cleaning out some old boxes at home, Mark found a letter he had written to himself 10 years ago. In the letter, he had listed all the dreams he wanted to achieve by the age of 35. Reading it now, he realized that he had forgotten almost all of those dreams in his pursuit of stability. The letter ended with a single reminder: don't forget to live your dreams. This discovery shook Mark, just like anything. He realized he was at crossroads. Should he continue with his predictable life, or should he take a leap of faith and start chasing the dreams he had once he had dreamed of? So now, since we all know who Mark is and what his story is, I'd like to invite someone to basically continue Mark's story and basically introduce with, and mind it, you need to continue the story. You can't break it in flow. You need to continue from where it started, right? So I would like to invite someone to continue Mark's story and introduce a change. Ah, I can see hands very quick. I can see the hand first. Ilyos raised his hands. So,
Hello.
hello, Ilyos. I
Yes.
think, yeah. So we can start with you, Toastmaster.
Okay.
Yeah.
I just want to clarify first. The rule is I need to continue the story and then plot twist into this
Yeah.
new character, right?
With this new character, Mark. You have heard Mark, right? The character Mark and his
Yeah.
story. Yeah. Yeah. That we
Yeah.
need to do. Yeah.
So continue with new character from Mark, right?
Yeah.
Transitioning.
Yeah. The Mark is his name and that's the character's name. You need to add a new twist and using that same character, Mark.
Oh, the same, yeah. Oh, not into this new character, yeah. Same.
Same. Yeah.
Okay, I understand. And one day, Mark is working on something that can be an aesthetic project. He called his friend. The name is Zuckerberg. So Mark is calling his friend. Hi, Zuckerberg. I have a proposal. Can you come to my house? And Zuckerberg replied, I cannot do this by weekdays. Can we do it in weekend? Mark replied, but my girlfriend wants me to go with her for this date. Zuckerberg replied, you are going to prospecting me a kind of business proposal. So you need to choose your girlfriend or me. Mark replied, you know the answer, bro. We have been friends since senior high school. You know that I am always loving you as a friend. And I would like to have this business rising up. So let me call my girlfriend first. Hi, darling. I think I need to cancel our plan for this weekend. Can we schedule it next week? Mark's girlfriend. You always prioritize your friend, your business, not me. We need to break up, said Priscilla. Well, it is what it is. Mark meets Zuckerberg, and they made the project. The name is Bookface. Back to you, Lydia.
Wow. Now that's a way you make changes or a twist to a story which was being initially recited. Yeah. It was a really very kind of a very hilarious take on it. Now I would like, who would like to go next to basically continue the story from here? Anyone? Toastmaster Durga, you want to?
Yes. Yes.
Yeah, the stage is yours.
After getting into collaboration with Zuckerberg, suddenly Mark realized this is not what I thought my life would be. You know what he decided? He decided to travel to India and visit all the beautiful places that we have here. The reason being, he has heard about yoga. He wanted to try yoga. So he decided to leave everything and travel to India. He went to all the beautiful places. Do you want to name some beautiful places in India? All the beautiful places. He went to Taj Mahal. He went to South India. He went to Delhi. He went to Mumbai, my town. And he went to Kashmir. He saw Himalayas and decided to try yoga. He immensely loved yoga. He loved meditation. and decided to make it his principle to do meditation every day. It gave him peace from all the money that he had earned all along. He decided to donate his money, what he had earned, in partnership with Zuckerberg. Zuckerberg was scared, but dreams are dreams. We all want to follow our dreams. And then he donated all his money. I was one of the recipient of his donation. I'm a rich woman today. And he adopted yoga and started following yoga. Over to you, table topic master.
A huge round of applause to Toastmaster Durga. I really appreciate everyone putting such effort to this. It's a really difficult thing to continue that story and give your own take on it. Definitely, congratulations to all people who are trying it so hard, and it's such a good try, such a good try. Definitely. Now we'll ask our guests basically to any of our guests who wants to volunteer, or I'll pick someone and I'll ask them. Dipesh, would you like to continue to the Mark story?
Actually, I got a bit lost in between, so I don't know if I'll be able to add to that.
Okay.
I'll try in some next meetings.
Okay. Visiting Toastmaster Sahaj, would you like to give it a try?
Yes, sure. So
Definitely.
as Mark studied about yoga and thought of practicing it, he discovered that there was another dimension which lay in this world of spirituality, and he came to a consensus that everything did happen for a reason. It's when he started connecting the dots in his life, all whatever had passed through the ages, that he knew that things were bound to happen, and this was just the universe's way of putting him in a place which was for greater good. It's because all of these synchronicities just started lining up that he decided that he was meant for a purpose greater than uh, what he had thought of. Keeping that in mind, he ventured to another place in India where he surprisingly met his very first business partner named Andrew at a cafe. That's when, while talking to Andrew at the cafe, coincidentally, he came across that he and Andrew shared a lot of similarities, and that's when they decided to take things ahead to see what could be the most things they could have done to take their business venture ahead.
Well, a huge round of applause for Toastmaster Sahaj. Thanks for giving your own take on the story. I'd and I am saying that the story is evolving. It is evolving in a way which I haven't expected. But yeah, it can be written as a part of a novel. I don't know if we all contribute. Yeah, Toastmaster Pramatish, you raised your hand. Why would please continue with this? What happened with Mark? Toastmaster Pramatish.
After meeting Andrew, he was in a dilemma because he had already been in a similar situation as Zuckerberg. So he w- he was trying to understand what were there, but he still took the risk of going ahead with his new business. And when he checked uh, uh, in his uh, bank account, he saw that there's no money. He just inquired from the bank, and the bank said that uh, he took out this money himself, and he was confused. So he inquired even more, and the bank showed them the CCTV footage, and he was shocked that he actually took out the money. So he tried to recollect when did he took take out the money, and at that time he realized that when he was doing yoga, and uh, uh, he met a person who actually looked like him, and he was his doppelganger, and he was the person who uh, might have taken that money out of his bank. Over to you, Mr. Toastmaster.
Thank you. A big round of applause for Toastmaster Pramathesh. Well, it went from motivation to to a place. Now it is coming to doppelganger, and I do feel ecstatic how it is unfolding. So, would anyone like to give? Yeah, definitely, definitely. So I was going to you. So to DTM Rajarshi Roy, the stage is all yours. Give your own twist to it. You are mute, DTM Rajarshi. So yeah.
Sorry. So now from Zuckerberg to Andrew to the doppelganger, with everything exhausted, Mark now is in a fix. What he should do, where he should go, how he should spend his time. Even yoga doesn't seem to help him. It doesn't relax him at all. But that's when he decides to go back to his roots, where he's originally from. And he comes back to the Silicon Valley of India, Bangalore. And that's where he meets CTM Snooty Roy. Do you know who is CTM? Anyone out here? Of course, it's ahead of a DTM. I can tell you that much. Yes, Tulika, who is a CTM?
She was a celebrated Toastmaster.
Of course, you know, celebrated Toastmaster Snooty Roy. And the first thing after speaking to Mark, he said, "Oh my God, you've done a blunder. You have given away all the money. How are you going to pay the Toastmaster fees? It's time for renewals. It's time you need to get yourself enrolled onto Toastmasters because that's going to help you in every sphere of life. Yoga might give you, bodily benefits, mental benefits, but it is Toastmaster who gives you overall benefits." And that's when Mark realizes, really, what a blunder he has done. And that's when he says to CTM Snooty Roy, "Please help me. How can I really do something meaningful?" CTM Snooty Roy says, "Well, I'll have to check. But, I have a lot of mentees. I'll see if I can take you under my umbrella and I'll teach you what you can do even without money and be in Toastmasters and get full benefit out of it." So Mark jumpingly grabs the opportunity and joins CTM Snooty Roy in the venture. Stay tuned for more. Bye.
Really a big round of applause. Nobody can do it more perfect than our mentor, DTM Rajarshi Roy. Definitely such a hilarious take. I didn't, obviously, no, I didn't have any idea this story can go to Toastmasters too. Now since we have limited time, I'll ask the final. I'll just have one speaker who can conclude this all, or make a conclusion, or give something opening or keep it open ended. That's your choice. But anyone who wants to conclude or be the last speaker for this, or I need to pick someone. Anyone? Okay, nobody is raising their hands, and I get it. But then I would like Toastmaster Tulika to be our final speaker to give a conclusion to our story or be any ending. Toastmaster
So,
Tulika.
So now, after getting under the umbrella of CTM Snooty Roy, this Mark, he understood what a mentor is, what a mentor can do, how he or she can guide him throughout the journey. It's not about the Toastmasters, it's also about the journey of a life. When you get a good mentor, you get very good things to learn from him. And then he started to focus on himself again. And the most of the things that he had lost in this entire journey, he started regaining those things again. He started a good job. He started a good family. And he acquired a good position in a very good company. And now you can say this umbrella of CTM Snooty is going to really help him. And now he understood this entire thing about life. Now he started living happily with his family, and we came to the end of the story. Thank you so much, and over to you.
Thanks, Toastmaster Tolika, for taking it this impromptu. I just handed over it to you. Thank you everyone for contributing to this incredible story, right? I know the story had this plots and twists, and definitely the theme of our, I think it reflected on our theme, which was like change is inevitable. Change was coming from each speaker, and we had to adapt to it, right? So we just before I end this table topic session, how did it feel to contribute to a story? You know, I think all whatever changes we made to
Ecstatic.
ecstatic. Yeah, definitely, definitely, definitely. And you must have observed, or I just observed that the changes what we made to the story kind of resembled our own experiences or in certain way in how we are familiar with the surroundings, right? So we can definitely learn from the changes in what Mark's journey has happened, right? So with this, I wish you all the best, and I give the stage to the Toastmaster of the day, TM Shishulata. The stage is
Have
all
a big round of applause for TTM Shubham and all the participants. What an ecstatic session it is. Seriously, I can't see these many changes in the session ever, ever. Everybody's story and everybody's perspective, how it was changing, how it was impacting our mind. It was amazing. I think this cannot be done in much better way. Thank you so much, Shubham. Have a big round of applause for him again. With that, it's a time for the general evaluator to come upon and produce their report. I invite TM Marutesh to come up on the stage and deliver the report. TM Marutesh.
Yeah, one second.
Yeah.
Yeah, now we will move to the evaluation session. The first evaluator uh, first speech is given by Rajashri. The evaluator is Durga. I request you to please evaluate the first speaker. Over to you, Toastmaster Durga.
Thank you, Mr. General Evaluator. Good evening, Toastmasters, fellow Toastmasters, guests, and importantly, the speaker, DTM Rajeshri Roy. I was obviously ecstatic to hear your speech. Right from the title of your speech, that's like my boy. The title itself set so many expectations that it was already very stressful. What could an ideal boy be like? The way you started with your lenses, oh my God, what a brilliant start that was. We were already in your graphic journey. And you saying that you were a grandmaster of good behavior. I really don't know what grandmaster of good behavior can be like. Listening to every dots and T's of your parents, can't even imagine. You beautifully introduce all the characters. Chini Chatterjee, who had oil on her head, which was coconut oil, and we actually started smelling the coconut oil. Can you believe that? With a very thick glasses, who was a Google virgin, and importantly, convincing us that your parents decided, even your friends. Second, the stream of your education was also decided by your parents, and you being a very obedient son, Sultan, Sultan of, what was that word? Sultan of exception,
Submission.
Submission. You heard them again and listened to them, obeyed them, and you went to a science stream. And then ultimately, even your career was decided by probably the doctor dad, and a mom with laptop also decided career for you. That was all very, very brilliantly done, very well presented. Now I have my insight over your speech. See, in all of this journey, which was beautifully done, extremely well transitioned, I didn't understand, were you missing something? Because at no point of time it ever came that you were not very happy. It was as if, you accepted everything and proceeded, because your conclusion was, don't, I mean, I understood it in a way that don't only listen to your parents, but also do what you intend to do. Yeah. So somewhere that I felt was missing. That, see, in each of your story, if you would have inserted that didn't make you happy, or you were missing something, that would have helped. All in all, brilliant presentation, excellent dramatization, excellent characters. If you can introduce, if you were missing something, your conclusion will be more fruitful in my viewpoint. Over to you, Mr. General Evaluator.
Thank you, Durga, for your evaluation. Next, we will move to the tag team report. First, I would like to call the timer, Toastmaster Amsha, to give his report. Over to you, Toastmaster Amsha.
Thank you so much, General Evaluator. I'll share my report. Yes, so distinguished Toastmaster Rajeshi Roy took 7 minutes and 10 seconds. Toastmaster Durga took 3 minutes and 25 seconds. For the table topics, Toastmaster Elios took 2 minutes 17 seconds. Toastmaster Durga took 2 minutes 3 seconds. Toastmaster Sahaj took 1 minute 7 seconds. Toastmaster Pramathesh took 2 minutes and 14 seconds. Distinguished Toastmaster Rajeshi Roy took 2 minutes and 12 seconds. And Toastmaster Durga took 1 minute and 12 seconds. So all the speakers in today's meeting are eligible for the voting. Thank you, and over to you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Amsha. Next, I would like to call the grammarian Toastmaster Tulika to give his grammarian report. Over to you, Toastmaster Tulika.
I am so ecstatic to announce that the word of the day has been used so many times throughout this meeting. That's what the power of the speakers. Here you give them a word, and these are the confident speakers who all of a sudden they come up with different ideas where they can use this word of the day. Now I am going to tell you that this word of the day is being used by Shishu Lata for 2 times. Durga Mani used it 3 times. Toastmaster Hamza used it once. Toastmaster Shubham Panda, he used it for the 2 times, but I must say that it was pronounced a little bit wrong. Then Toastmaster Elios, he used it for once. Now there are some couple of ahs and ums given by Toastmaster Shubham Panda, and Toastmaster Elios, there was only one ah. I must say that this meeting was, and the entire speakers, all the speakers were so flawless that I couldn't get a chance to pick any ahs, ums, and buts and so from this entire meeting session. And I was so engrossed into the stories that were coming up with the different changes. I'm so sorry that I got into the flow and maybe I missed some not so good usages, but there are some good usages of the word also, like pursuits, enrage, spirituality, and one more is a doppelganger. This is the word that I heard for the first time, so this is very new to me. And thank you so much. This was all my report, and over to you, General Evaluator.
Thank you for your report. Next, I have few comments on the meeting. Meeting started at 4:30. To SSC Durga has welcome and told about the ground rules of the meeting. The proceeding officer Rajashri has introduced all the guests and talk about the Toastmasters. And next, the TMOD Shushi Lata has talked very well about the theme changing inevitability. And the next role, next we had a good speech, and then we had a good creativity table topic sessions by Shubham. We had a good, very interesting table topic session. Few comments is that we didn't mention the tag team in the agenda. Sometimes we might be confused when we try to introduce the tag team. We didn't know the names, and again in the table topic sessions, once the speaker spoke, we want to give some hint because some speaker face difficulty in the understanding the accent, or sometimes they might and didn't hear about the continuations like that. If we conduct this twisting storytelling tabletop sessions, after completing one speaker, we can summarize or if we give some hint, it will be helpful for the next speaker. These are few comments on the meeting. Overall, meeting was very interesting. Thank you. Back to the TMOD.
Thank you, General Evaluator TM Marutesh. Have a big round of applause to TM General Evaluator Marutesh and his tag team. Now, this brings to the end of the meeting. I want to conclude the meeting. Looking back to my engineering days, what I observed, there will be changes that would be exciting in the beginning, that might turn to your horror circumstances, and but at the end it is all part of adventure, right? Who needs a mental peace when you have a character building experience like this? So in the end, I realize change is inevitable, and how we deal with it, whether it is whether with the sense of a humor or with the box of tissues, it's totally up to us. I would say embrace the change with open arm, enjoy it, live it, and nail it. Thank you.
Wow, wow, wow. Just like the way you nailed it, Toastmaster of the Day. Ladies and gentlemen, let's have a huge round of applause for our Toastmaster of the Day, Toastmaster Shishu Lata. Not because she is my mentee, not because she played it for the first time, but because she nailed it. Once again, a huge round of applause. Thank you so much, Toastmaster Shishu Lata. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, we have a poll that needs to be launched, and our tech master and our vice president public relations is sending out the polls soon. And as soon as you have the polls flashing on your screen, you need to vote for your favorites. Very, very important. And while we do that, it is time for me to take some feedback. Okay, so let me start off by the guest or the future Toastmaster we have in today's meeting. Future Toastmaster Dipesh Nagra, only if you can unmute yourself, which you are struggling with at the moment. If you, oh, you've gone off camera now. I asked you to unmute, you've gone off camera. Dipesh, if you can unmute, can you unmute?
Yeah, can you hear me now?
Yes, I can hear you. So Dipesh, just a little bit of a feedback from your end. How did you find this meeting? What are your takeaways? Anything we as a club needs to work upon? Any feedback? Quick one.
Yeah, so this being my first session, uh, I was trying to understand how Toastmaster sessions work. And also, I'm doing the meeting through Zoom for the first time. So I'm rather struggling a bit how to work through the mobile phone. But otherwise, it's all positive feedback. There's a lot of learning. One learning being how to deliver some of the speeches or some of the speeches rather impromptu, because I'm very used to delivering speeches which are prepared in advance. But how to do a speak in the moment and in the flow, and how to uh, pick it up from someone else when there is a storyline. So yeah, that's a learning from me, and I look forward to attending future sessions. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. Let's have a big round of applause for Dipesh. And Dipesh, thank you for joining us today. We really look forward to having you in our future sessions as well. We do have a few visiting Toastmasters. So quickly, some feedback from our visiting Toastmaster. I will start off with Shravan Kumar. And please pardon me if you are not a visiting Toastmaster, but I think you are. Shravan, can you come on camera, unmute yourself and give us your feedback of today's session? Shravan, yes.
Yeah, sure. I'm extremely sorry, Toastmaster Rajashri. I joined at the starting of evaluation round. I could not join on time, but whatever I heard from evaluators, I believe it was a fantastic meeting. Especially your speech was, I can say, it was a highlight based on what I heard from evaluations. I missed it. I'm looking forward to listen your speeches in the future, definitely. And coming to the evaluation and the rest of the part, it was fantastic. I really understood what happened in the past based on your words.
Okay, so as a penalty, you need to come back to all our future meetings. So that is your penalty for coming late today. But thank you so much, Shravan, for joining us. Ladies and gentlemen, let's have a big round of applause for Shravan Kumar.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you.
Okay, now moving on to another visiting Toastmaster that we have, Toastmaster Sahaj. Toastmaster Sahaj, can I have a feedback from you? Yes, Toastmaster Sahaj.
Well, hi, good evening, everyone. So this is my first meeting at this club, and I was really surprised to see a lot of things which were done so wonderfully right from the beginning, with the introduction of the theme change and other aspects to it. I really liked the meeting, and I think the highlight of the meeting was the change chain storytelling session, which was really innovative and fun and made us think on our feet. So I'm glad I got to be a part of this meeting.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Ladies and gentlemen, big round of applause for Toastmaster Sahaj. And Sahaj, please keep coming back to our meeting. Of course, our general evaluator has said what he had to say. My personally 2 cents from my side, you were fabulous in your storytelling. So please come back and tell more stories to our club. Thank you so much, Toastmaster
Thank you so
Sahaj.
much. Thank you for having me here.
Okay, now I'm going to attempt to pronounce your name, and please pardon me if I can't. Toastmaster / visiting Toastmaster / guest Syazmir. Am I pronouncing right? I don't think so. Syazmir, are you there? I don't hear him. Okay, and our tech master has warned me that 4 more people has not voted. So whoever has not voted, please quickly vote. It's very important for you to vote. We'll take one last feedback. And who should we take it from? Oh, our long lost friend. Not lost, actually. We see him every meeting. But it's time now you take membership in our club. Rather than be a visiting Toastmaster, you take membership in our club. Don't send the smileys. You just better take it, membership in our club. Let's have Ilios with the final feedback. Ilios, over to you. Please unmute and speak. You are still on mute, Ilios.
Okay, sorry. Like what I said before, on the mute, you speak to me like I'm the final boss of the game. So yes, like I said, I love the game. The game is about story chain, and we need to make the plot twist about the double topic. So that's very great. It is testing our listening skills. That's also my pet or worse skills in English learning. I tried so hard to learn to listen because I can hear, but I cannot listen. If you want to know about the difference, join Toastmasters. And yes, if you are still looking for a club, here is the club. Well, I'm doing the promotion, so you don't need to push me to become a member. I'm selling your club here. That's a win-win solution, right? And I really love the creativity that brings in into this club. That's why I keep on coming to this club because I'm expecting something new. So the challenge it is starting now. Whenever you see me on the screen, please bring me something new so that I can learn more from all of you here. Bring those unicorn voices that I can listen because I am not a unicorn. I'm a human and I'm embraced to become a human. Maybe someday I can be unicorn. Well, I don't know. It means that a mythical beast. But yes, I really love about the session itself. I love about the people. Remember, in Toastmasters, what makes Toastmasters Club stay strong? It is the people. So if you are enjoying to being together with these club members, then be a members. Join them, enjoy the fun, enjoy the ride, and see you on top. Back to you, Roy.
Thank you very, very much. And Toastmaster Ilios, today our Toastmaster of the day has told us everything about change. So you never know when you might change into a unicorn. You just never know. But thank you for being on a pro UVTC campaign. That's the spirit. And that's what I've been saying at the beginning. If you remember, when I opened as the president, I said we are one big family across borders. And that's what Toastmasters does to you, ladies and gentlemen. It brings people together. Forget the public speaking, forget the leadership, forget the networking. It brings people together. And that's what we are here for. On that note, I have taken the feedback and our tech master is looking very serious, doing up his final tally, but I will pass the baton to him to announce the winners for today's meeting. So Toastmaster Pramatesh, take it away with the results of today's poll.
Thank you, Mr. President. I have the results now. So I will start with the obvious results, that is the best speaker and the best evaluator, since we had only one prepared speech as one evaluator. So Toastmaster, distinguished Toastmaster Rajesh won the best speaker, and Toastmaster Durga Mane won the best evaluator. So coming to now the real votes, that is the best role player. We had three role players in this category: Toastmaster of the Day, General Evaluator, and Table Topics Master. Any guesses who won the
TMOD.
any other guesses?
CMOD.
Table topic master.
TTM.
We had a tie, and it was TMOD and Table Topics Master. So big round of applause to both of them. Both of them did a wonderful job
Both
today.
are my mentees. Both are my mentees.
And the next voting was about best auxiliary role player, and there are two choices, that is timer and language evaluator. So any guesses? The winner is none other than language evaluator, Toastmaster, Tulika Pramanik.
Again,
Congratulations.
my mentee. Again, my mentee.
The third and the last voting was about the best table topic speaker. Can anyone guess? I don't
Our,
think
our
much
mentor.
there is much.
Our mentor, our mentor, our mentor.
Our mentor.
It's distinguished Toastmaster Rajeshri Rai. Congratulations.
Yeah.
You won 62 by a huge margin. So that was no one else came near to that. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Ladies and gentlemen, let's have a huge round of applause for our winners for today, as well as our wonderful Tech Master, Toastmaster, Pramatesh. Thank you to all the guests and visiting Toastmasters who've joined in. You can stay back in this meeting. We have a second leg of today's meeting, which we call in Toastmasters terms as the moments of truth. So we will start that straight away right now without wasting any time. So all visiting Toastmasters and guests, if you want to stay back, please feel free to stay back and be a part of the moments of truth. And in case you cannot, then I would like to and love to see you in our next session, which is going to happen next Sunday again at 4:30 p.m. So finish your lunch quickly, have a quick nap, and come back again next Sunday for another exciting session. Thank you very much. Once again, a big round of applause for all our guests and visiting Toastmasters. Thank you so much. Now, coming to the moments of truth. Okay, our tech master has given me a warning and he said we need to have a quick break to stop the recording. So thank you very much. And I would request the recording to be stopped.